Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a little bit of a different video that was suggested by some friends and people that I know because they've told me, why don't you do a video about things that other people don't know about Italians? And I thought that's a great idea because I make videos in English, so anyone who watches my videos from anywhere around the world can understand this. And why not talk about things that people don't normally know about Italians? So as a English-speaking Italian, I wanted to make this video and I really hope you guys enjoy it. So if you're interested in some surprising facts that no one has ever told you about Italians or Italy, please keep on watching. So the first thing, which is something that I know Americans and Canadians and people from different countries are really passionate about, are disposable cups, because we don't have any. For us, there are no disposable cups because, first of all, we believe that using disposable cups can alter the aroma of coffee. We always drink coffee either in a glass or in a china cup, in a cup. We never have coffee on the way. For us, coffee represents a chance to sit down and have a break and have a chat with some friends or colleagues or classmates or whatever. For us, coffee equals break and break equals no rush. So that's what we do basically. The second thing is that we all have different accents. I know that a lot of people that try to imitate Italians always use those like one or two accents, usually an accent from Rome or Naples, and they never consider all the accents that are there in more southern parts of Italy or more northern parts. I don't know, maybe it's because there's a belief that Italians speak in that way, but we really don't. And I'm gonna prove it to you by making you hear my personal accent. Maybe you can guess where I'm from. So I just have a random sentence here that I got from the internet, and I'm just gonna read it, and you can see whether or not this is an accent that you would, I don't know, consider Italian. Non esiste vento favorevole per il marinaio che non sa dove andare. That's my accent. I don't know what you consider Italian, but that is an Italian accent, for example. And the third thing that I wanted to mention is kind of connected to the accents, because Italians, when they speak together, when they meet or talk or text each other, and they live in different regions of Italy, they don't really use the same words. So even if we speak Italian, but we're from different areas of the country, we might not understand each other. And I can tell you, I mean, if I go 50 miles from here and I use some of my most common phrases, people will not understand me. So it's crazy. It's a thing. It's serious. But this is what our language is like. It has so many different aspects and so many different shades, I suppose. We also have dialects, which are completely different from one another. But even in the Italian, we have some words in our language that don't exist in other parts of the same country, which is really crazy, I think. The fourth thing is that Italy is not that warm. I know that you would expect it to be warm, but it's not always warm at all. It is warm in the summer. I mean, I live in the north and I can speak for myself, and we reach 95, 100 Fahrenheit degrees in the summer very easily. And in the north, it is also very humid, so you actually feel the temperature as if it were higher. You feel a higher temperature on your body. But in the winter, in the north of Italy, especially where I live, it might get to 30, 32 Fahrenheit degrees. Sometimes it goes below 30 Fahrenheit degrees. So it is cold. Another crazy thing, which no one ever talks about unless people come from other countries and they live here and they go to university or school here is that in some parts of Italy and where I'm from, like the northeast part, we do have this. We go to school on Saturdays. It's insane, I know, but this is what I grew up with. I went to school on Saturday when I was in elementary school and high school, and when I was in middle high, I didn't. But or maybe I did go. I don't remember, but I know that I went on high school. I went to school on Saturday in high school, and it was terrible. But to us, it was actually pretty normal. Each school decides whether they want to do it or not, and that's perfectly fine. The students just need to adapt, and I adapted, I guess. Another thing that is different in Italy, compared not just to America or Canada, but also to other European countries, is something really unique about our school system because we have 5 years of high school. Whereas in Canada and America and England and Spain and Germany, it's usually 4 years of high school. Well, I went to high school for 5 years until I was 19. And then, in order to get a bachelor's degree, you go to university for roughly 3 years. So, bachelor's degrees and high school are usually 4 years in most countries. But in Italy, we have 5 and 3. I don't know why, but that's how it is. Another crazy things that makes me go completely nuts when I need to make American recipes is that in Italy, there is no baking powder. It doesn't exist. It is not sold anywhere, not even on the internet, not even online. So if I want to make baking powder, I need to take baking soda, which is sodium bicarbonate, and it's sold here everywhere. I need to take baking soda and mix it with cream of tartar, I think. And I can create baking powder. But if you're looking for baking powder, you will not find it in any shop or any online shop in Italy. Anywhere. I don't know why we don't use it. We always use yeast for any baking, but we sometimes add a little bit of baking soda. Only old recipes have like baking soda in it. So yeah, baking powder doesn't exist. Crazy. Another thing that doesn't exist is buttermilk. Some recipes that are written by Italian Americans suggest to create buttermilk with milk and lemon juice, but I've never tried it. I don't want to try it because I'm not that good at trying to make stuff, so I don't want to try it. But if you want to make cupcakes in Italy, just remember baking powder and buttermilk don't exist here. Another thing that is going to be really incredible for some Americans, I suppose, is that in Italy, as in most European countries, we mostly drive manual gear cars, which to some Americans it's crazy, but here, everybody drives those kinds of cars, or at least everybody knows how to drive those cars. An incredibly shameful thing about Italy, I think it's shameful, personally, is that we have one of the lowest internet connections in Europe and in the world. The average Italian internet connection is 4.5 megabytes, although I have a pretty good internet connection. But I'm lucky because I found like an offer online that gave me a great internet connection. I live near like the hot spot for the internet connection, so I'm lucky that my house is in a good spot. And I did a speed test this morning and my internet connection was 12 megabytes, which is more or less what other people in different parts of Europe have, in America as well, I think. I upload videos incredibly fast compared to my previous connection. If it took like an hour and a half with my previous connection, it takes half an hour now. So I don't know how crazy it must be in other countries where the internet connection is much, much faster. So it must be really cool. Another thing that no one talks about, but that I personally noticed, is that here, dentists don't use laughing gas. When you watch, when you watch like American or Canadian people that go to the dentist to get like a tooth removed, and they come out and they look like they're high, and they're crazy high. Like they say completely crazy things. They go totally nuts. We don't have that here. And I can speak from experience because I had 3 wisdom teeth removed. And when I went to the dentist in a hospital, I remember that they gave me an injection. They gave me like anesthesia, but it just made the area go numb. I think we have it and I think we use it, but I've never seen actual people using it. So I don't know. I think it's so crazy that in America, they actually make you go completely high. Here, they just give you anesthesia and your whole mouth and tongue just go numb, and that's what happens. And it's just numb, but you're perfectly able to understand everything they say and everything that is happening to you, which I think is much, much worse. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up so that I can make another one. I have another one coming, probably on Italian foods. And Italian sounding, I think. So if you liked it, just give it a thumbs up or leave a comment telling me what you liked about this, if you knew these facts, and we'll see each other next time. Bye!